Every podcast topic is crafted and led with the thought of you in mind. And just like this podcast, I also have a published book. It's called Without Ruin, Pearls of Wisdom for the Triumphant Woman. You know, pearls are so precious you would want to protect them. But the same cannot be said about these pearls of wisdom that I've gained along the way. In my book, I've covered all the bases for living a life free from sexual compromise. I want you to have these pearls and I want you to pass them on to others around you. If this 30-second plug has captured your attention at all, you need to get the book Without Ruin, Pearls of Wisdom for the Triumphant Woman, written by me, your host, Berthina Jackson. Head to Amazon.com to get your copy.
Ladies, your natural instinct is to worry. You worry about your children, your health, your relationship, and everything else under the sun. It's a classic case of worrywart syndrome. If you tend to worry needlessly, you are not alone. Welcome to the She Strives with Faith podcast with Berthina Jackson. Berthina is a two-time divorcee, single mother, and war veteran who suffered from anxiety, but learned to let go and let God. Berthina will share captivating and down-to-earth conversations on how to strive by faith. Here's your host, Berthina Jackson.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of She Strives with Faith. And I want to say hello to all the boss ladies. And if you are a boss lady, I think this episode is really going to be one that you're going to absolutely enjoy. Today's topic is one I know so many of you boss ladies are going to relate to, especially if you're already running a business or thinking about starting one. We're talking about what it means to be a boss, specifically in the context of hiring and managing employees. So I have titled this, Being a Boss Sucks, but it is essential and often very satisfying. So, boss ladies, let's be real. Most of us know what it's like to be an employee. We show up, do the job, and clock out. It's a routine we understand. But when you're the boss, that dynamic changes entirely. Suddenly, you're the one making the decisions, setting the tone, and guiding the ship, right? Whether you're already a business owner trying to figure out if it's time to hire help, or you're planning to start a business where you know employees will be part of the equation, this episode is for you. So why is being a boss hard but necessary? Well, let me start by saying this. Being a boss is one of the most challenging roles you'll ever take on, aside from being a mother. Anyway, you're not just a manager, baby girl. You're part parent, part teammate, part cheerleader, part teacher, and yes, you're part police officer. It's a juggling act that can feel overwhelming, right? But here's the thing. It's also one of the most rewarding aspects of running a business. You see, when you step into the role of a boss, you're not just managing tasks or people, you're shaping the future of your business. The people you hire will define your company's culture, productivity, and its overall success. A great hire can elevate your business in ways you have never imagined, while a poor hire can drag it down. So it's really a balancing act, ladies, that forces you to grow as a leader and as a person. If you stick with it, if you don't give up. See, you got to have some tenacity. You got to have courage. You got to have some stick-to-itness. Okay, you got to persevere, keep going, don't give up. That has got to be your mantra. And I know that for myself, because me and my daughter just started a business. We started a luxury handbag business. Okay, it's a mother-daughter duo. And we just started in September, and we are already experiencing a little bit of challenge, okay, in terms of getting our brand out there. What is the best method to use? Do we go old school, or do we go with the new stuff, the new strategies, or do we do a mix or combination of the two? Right now, we're on social media, and I'm finding that social media might not be the best place for me to get our business out there in front of the right customers. I think social media is part of that, but it should not be the whole entire marketing strategy that we use. And so we have to pivot and find other ways to get our business out there in front of people, to get it where it's recognized. And so we're going through that season right now. We're going through that journey, but we're not giving up though. We're not giving up. We're going to keep pushing, and we'll keep consulting with other people who have started businesses. For instance, there is a young lady. She is who I would call my spiritual daughter, and her name is Lachey. And she's going to be actually setting up a Zoom call with my daughter and myself. And she's going to go over some strategies that she's used to maintain her business. And me and my daughter, we just welcome the suggestions and the recommendations and the ideas that she's bringing to the table, because we feel that this is going to propel us into the next. This is going to get us out there. This is going to build up our business credibility. So we're looking forward to it. So I always say, don't sleep on other people who have done it, who have established businesses and who are successful. Go to those people and ask them for their opinion and their suggestions and things like that. And you can also read like self-help books and do some research on the internet to find out different strategies. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that are pretty informational. So we just have all these things, these resources in front of us that we can take advantage of. So anyway, if you're listening and you're thinking, I'm fine running my business solo, that you don't need employees, listen, I get it. I understand. Staying a one-woman operation has its perks, but it also has its limits. Now, if you want to grow your business beyond a certain point, you'll eventually need help. And you can't do it all by yourself. And honestly, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't want to. Okay? Because that's a lot of stress. That's a lot on your shoulders that you have to carry. And so I want to give you the pros and cons of flying solo. Here are the pros. You're only responsible for yourself. No employees mean no drama. No payroll means no headaches and no one to manage you. Okay. The second pro is your overhead is low and you have complete control over your schedule and operations. Those are two positive things about being a solo entrepreneur. But let me give you the cons. Let me give you what I would consider to be the negatives. Your workload is limited by the number of hours you can work in a day. Number two, is easy to procrastinate when there's no one holding you accountable. Number three, you might have to turn down opportunities because you simply don't have the resources to take them on. And I'm really honing in on, because let's just say there is a government contract that you want to take advantage of, but you can't because there's certain requirements. They might require that you have 3 to 5 employees or have a number of employees to fulfill that contract. Government contracts are huge. Okay, they're huge. And it's very competitive to get a government contract. But when you do, oh my gosh, it was worth the work that you put into it. But if you don't have enough staff to meet the requirements of that government contract, you could lose the contract. So I just say, being a one-woman show, again, it's good. I'm not tripping on that, but also consider getting to a place eventually, maybe if not now, but later where you can hire on more people so that you can open up doors for greater opportunities. And here's something else. I just want to add this as well. If you're at the point where your business is growing and you feel like you're drowning in tasks, like the administrative stuff that you have to do, the administrative work, it's time to consider hiring. If you don't want to handle the administrative burden, it's becoming too much for you. You're becoming stressed, you're tired, you're not getting enough sleep, you're staying up late hours, you're trying to handle it on your own. It's really a time to consider hiring. Now, here are some things that you want to ask yourself before hiring. Here are some simple questions. Number one, can I afford an employee? Now, this is the first and most important question because employees are expensive. Now, beyond their salaries, you'll need to factor in payroll, taxes, benefits, and any additional costs like training or equipment. So, what you might want to do is sit down with your accountant and take a hard look at your finances. You want to ask yourself, can your business sustain this expense long term? Okay. The next thing you want to do, number two, is you want to be able to define exactly what the employee will be doing. So be specific. What tasks do you need help with? Make a detailed list of your daily, weekly, and monthly responsibilities. You want to ask yourself, is there enough work to justify a full-time employee? Or would you be better off hiring a part-timer, freelancer, or someone who is a temp, a temporary hire? Maybe those individuals would be a better fit than to hire someone who's full-time. So you got to consider that. Number three, what are the job requirements? So I'm going to encourage you, boss lady, to write out a clear job description that includes the skills, experience, and education needed for the role. And this will not only help you find the right person, but also set clear expectations from day one. Number four, how much should you pay? Please do your research because you want to know what the market rate is for this role in your industry. So check resources like the Society for Human Resource Management or talk to colleagues. You see, paying competitively is important, but you also need to stay within your budget. You want to pay a good salary, a good hourly wage, but you don't want to exceed your budget, okay? Because that's going to run your business straight into the ground financially. And we don't want to have to close the business because we didn't plan appropriately. We didn't do our homework. We didn't do our research before we started hiring. And also, we don't want to have to hire someone and then have to let them go, because we didn't do the right thing. And that's really kind of embarrassing as a boss lady. You don't want that to happen. Doesn't look good. And number five, where should I look for candidates? Well, I would suggest your network is a great place to start. So let your friends, family, and professional connections know that you're hiring. And then once you do that, the word will get out and referrals that come from your friends and family and professional connections will lead to some of the best hires. And don't forget to express gratitude to anyone who helped you find the right person. Yeah, make sure you say thank you. So here's the other thing that I want to bring up. I want to talk about or have a conversation with you about why hiring is about more than just filling a role. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about filling a role. I want to emphasize that hiring is not just about finding someone to check the tasks off a to-do list. Okay. It's about finding the right person to add value to your business. This is not someone you're going to hire like some high school student or some college student to come in and to handle the things that you don't want to do. No. Mm-mm. You want a great employee or employees who will not only help you with the workload, but will also contribute to your company's culture and growth. Yes, the process can be intimidating. You're not just running a business, you're running a team. And that means you'll have to step into roles you may not be comfortable with. And what I mean by that is you'll have to set up the policies, give feedback. And yes, sometimes you might have to be the bad girl, you know? And by that, you might have to let someone go. You might have to reprimand, correct them, and things of that nature. Things that we as women don't necessarily like to do, but these are the things that come as a package deal when you're the boss lady, when you're running your own business. And so we have to get beyond being uncomfortable with these things and learn how to be assertive when it comes to running our business. So the truth is that these challenges will stretch you in the best way possible if you want to look at it from that perspective. It's not going to be easy. It's going to stretch you. It's going to cause you to come out of your comfort zone, but it can be done, especially if you want your business to be successful. So here are my final thoughts on embracing the role of a boss lady. I like to tell all my boss ladies out there, whether you're already running a business or just starting to dream about it, remember this. Being a boss isn't easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's a role that's going to force you to grow, push your business forward, and most importantly, it's going to teach you what you're truly capable of. What are you made of? Do you got that toughness? Are you going to persevere? You're going to hang in there and not give up. Yeah. There will be days when it sucks. hmm I know for me personally, running this online purse business with my daughter, yeah, it's really sucky sometimes. It's sucky because oftentimes I want what I want. I want things to move quickly, fast. I want people to go and check out my website and see the amazing things that me and my daughter are offering on our website. But I also have to realize that there are other competitors out there. And it comes with time, and people have to trust you. Like, you have to build trust. You have to build um, a loyal following of people. And I don't like it when I have to go do different festivals and expos and things like that because it requires money. I have to put money into my business. And they say the first 2 years, 2 or 3 years, you're going to feel like you're putting in more money than what you're getting out of it. But that's just how it is, right? So you take the good with the bad, right? You roll with it. My daughter tells me all the time, Mom, it's okay. We're just getting started. Don't worry. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. Let's sit down and strategize, come up with a plan. Let's pivot when we need to. She says, don't worry about people finding you. Just continue to keep doing what you're doing, and I'll continue to do what I'm doing on my end, and we'll get there. So my daughter is such an encouragement to me. And so I hope that you also have someone in your corner that's an encouragement to you that will not allow you to give up. That's why we need somebody to hold us accountable. So like I said, there will be days when being a boss lady sucks. But there will also be days when you look around at your team and your business and you think, wow, I did this. I built this. My team helped me to get where I am. Wow, this is great. And let me tell you, when you get to that point, that feeling, girlfriend, there's nothing like it. I'm not there yet, but I'm envisioning being there. I'm imagining what that's going to feel like. Because it is going to happen. It's going to happen for me and my daughter. It's going to happen because I have faith, and I hope you have faith as well. Believe that with God, nothing is impossible, but all things are possible if you'll just believe. You don't need to see the whole set of stairs ahead of you. Just take the first step. And that is not a quote from me. I stole that from Martin Luther King Jr. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear about your own experiences with hiring, managing, or even the fears you have about stepping into that boss role. Let's keep this conversation going until next time. I want you to keep building, keep leading, and keep being the boss that you were born to be. Okay? And I also want to encourage you to go and visit my website. I'm putting a little plug in for my business that me and my daughter started. You can go to www.vibe, that's V as in Victor, the letter I, B as in Bravo, the letter E, hyphen, Flair. That's F as in Frank, L as in Lemon, the letter A, the letter I, the letter R.com. So it's vibe-flair.com. So go check us out. But other than that, you were born to be a boss lady, and I'm happy for this journey that you are on. You are not alone. We are in this together, and we got this, girl. So anyway, God bless, and we will chat later. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to the She Strives with Faith podcast. To hear more about how you can tap into the power of striving with faith, join her next week. If you found value in the episode, give her a rating or tell a friend about the show. Follow Berthina on Facebook and Instagram for a more personal chat. Until next time, strive to keep faith alive.
Thank you so much for listening. It was really great spending time with you. Once again, I'm Berthina Jackson, author of Without Ruin, Pearls of Wisdom for the Triumphant Woman, purchasable at Amazon.com. Feel free to reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram. I look forward to hearing from you. Till next time, Berthina.